You know, actually, when you think of it, how many of us in a room are new and how many are normal? Can't answer it, right? It's actually true because it's a journey. New to normal is a constant paradigm. It won't change when you're 16, it won't change when you're 80. You will eternally be doing something to push new to normal, and that's how it works. And it's interesting because when we want to shift from new to normal, which is so important in our society, remember there are two things you need to change. Culture in our country is embedded through generations. There is hundreds of years of conditioning, and therefore what is it that we can change in culture? Only then will we move towards make new normal. And interesting, society again has lots of rules, lots of paradigms, lots of markers. How do you change that? So I feel when we want to change new to normal, if we don't change culture, if we don't change society, I don't think we'll change this nation on new to normal. And a little bit I want to touch upon is how do you really do this in an interesting way, be it women, be it inclusivity, be it respect, be it unstereotyping. And what we do a little bit is actually use every opportunity on a brand, when a brand needs to communicate to the nation, because that's when you reach out to millions of people. So I'm just going to show you, everybody talks about women and how women's status in a house and society should change. How do you use a simple communication on a blender to actually make it new to normal? It's interesting, you could always sell a blender by saying what the blender works and does. But let's take the opportunity. This reaches out to 35 million women across the country and men. And use the opportunity, every one you get, every one of you, to actually say a statement, make something, make every moment or every communication count. Interesting, we keep talking of inclusivity. How do you actually get onto mainstream and be inclusive? And interestingly, in this one, use one of the hugest propounders of inclusivity in this country.
सीट पे रात को कौन आता है? Oh, घर की चाबी खो गई and let's get you warm. Come. Thanks.
Blanket?
नहीं Karan. You know what will really make me warm?
क्या?
Soup.
Soup? रात के 3 बजे?
Karan Johar को कौन सा रेस्टोरेंट मना करेगा? Come on, use your charm.
Nor hot and sour soup, real vegetables और बेहतरीन फ्लेवर्स के साथ ये दे परफेक्ट गाढ़ापन और रेस्टोरेंट जैसा डिलिशियस टेस्ट।
Thank you. ये कहाँ से ऑर्डर किया? Right.
अब मैं सोने जा रहा हूँ। गुड नाइट।
Karan.
हाँ?
थोड़ा और सूप मिलेगा?
Nor restaurant like soup at home.
So let's have conversations on national television. Let's not have them in little journals. Let's be fearless. Let's put it out there, because in our nation, the more you put it out there, the more it gets accepted, the more there are a billion people. This gets beamed to 20 million households. They will look at inclusivity differently if we take a stand on being bold about it and taking every opportunity to say it. Society and respect, it's an interesting one. We again keep talking about women and the ads which propound women. And how do you actually make people internalize that women at the workforce is not just about offices, but something else? I'm sure everybody orders Swiggy. Do think about that next time you order Swiggy. Figure if there's a woman at the door who's serving you your meal actually. And don't forget to actually tell her thank you, because she's taken a step to wake up at 5:30 in the morning to do that. The other thing in our country and nation, and we call it unstereotype, is we are all stereotyped in particular roles, particular ways, particular castes, and many people are going to talk about it better than me today. How do you actually take on unstereotypes? And the interesting thing is, women are either dishwashers, women are either homemakers, women are cleaning at the sink, women are cleaning the toilet. We are always cleaners. Is there a way where men can also be cleaners, and how we do that? In our country, men clean a lot of things. I don't think a boy or a man ever cleans a toilet. We don't. I wonder if anybody does it in this room. And it's not done. But have we ever picked up a brush to clean a toilet? Think about it. What we did, interesting, we got one of the largest people in the country who's considered God. He is called God, okay? And we made God pick up a toilet brush, which is never done before. So it's interesting, we are a country which has built currently, proudly, 92 crore toilets across our country. The government has done that. The challenge is nobody uses it because nobody wants to clean it. It's interesting. So we have infrastructure, and you all are actually the youth who can say these things at every point you get to say, because you all are the people who are going to influence this country. It's each one of us, it's not anybody's job. It's interesting, and I think it's great that brands who could actually just talk about product, actually taking on purpose and putting communication out which is purposeful to make the new normal. The last one I'm going to talk about is interesting. All of us stay in one of the largest cities in the world. It's Mumbai, it's a restless city, it doesn't sleep. And none of us realize that when we talk new to normal, there's also, while we want to take ideas outside and want people to get new to normal, can we look in ourselves and are we new to normal? And I consciously say this as an instigation, because we live in a city where we are always saying the glass is half full. Something doesn't work in this city always for us. I'm sure at any point some of us would have said it. But do you know there's a lot that takes? There's some 5 lakh people who wake up every morning and go to work at 3 a.m. to get this city to work when you wake up. Let's just take a look at how we can be new to normal.
ये है मिस्टर संदीप गवारे, बीएमसी में सब इंजीनियर है। काम इनके लिए खाली काम नहीं है, इनकी सर्विस है। बेटी की बर्थडे पार्टी छोड़कर प्लांट पर चले गए। ये मैं हूँ, मिसेस गवारे।
कतरा कतरा भरे तेरी खुशियों का दरिया।
ये कहते हैं नॉन स्टॉप मुंबई को पानी भी नॉन स्टॉप मिलना चाहिए। हंस के काम करते रहते हैं ताकि पूरी मुंबई को नल खोलते ही साफ पानी मिले।
प्यास बुझाऊं चाहे जो भी हो जरिया, इस सफर में बूंद बूंद बढ़ता रहे तू।
हीरो है, वाटर हीरो।
चलता रहे तू, बहता रहे तू, चलता।
इनकी तरह मुंबई को साफ पानी पहुंचाते रहने के लिए बीएमसी के 30,000 कर्मचारी जुटे रहते हैं। तो आप भी पानी बचाएं, और अगर आपको पानी की चोरी का पता चले तो प्लीज इसकी खबर बीएमसी को दें, ताकि पानी खराब ना हो और मुंबई स्वस्थ रहे। बाकी संदीप गवारे तो यही कहते हैं,
मैं मुंबई के लिए कुछ भी करेगा।
There are just 2 words I want to leave you all with, since the brief to me was 2 words on new and normal. For everything, let's be fearless, let's be forthright. If we can be fearless on what we want to say, and brands, and the city is saying it to you, and can we be as forthright on picking up a brush or telling you to think twice when you, next time somebody throws a piece of paper down, there's somebody in BMC picking it up behind you. So let's really keep new to normal in our heart. It's so important, because the country that you all inherit will really need the new from the normal.